Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is David Osuji, a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner in the Dallas area. Today, we are talking about how our coffee habits might be affecting our bathroom habits. So, what if I told you your morning caffeine or coffee might be helping your gut, but only if you're under the age of 60? Now, if you're over the age of 60, the rules completely flip. And this is information that I came across and read over in a research study of over 12,000 people. And what they found would change or has changed the way I consume coffee, and hopefully would also change the way you consume coffee more intentionally forever. There's an exact caffeine amount that helps and an exact point where it starts to hurt. Plus, why your age is the game changer revealed in this study. Millions of us have gut issues, constipation, loose stools, bloating, the list goes on and on. And the internet, a lot of times, can provide no value. Half of it says coffee is a miracle cure. The other half says it's terrible for your stomach. So I came across this study and I read about it, and it was published in the Journal of Multidisciplinary Healthcare that tracked about 12,759 people's coffee habits and their bathroom patterns. The result is pretty interesting. Here's what the research discovered. The relationship between caffeine and constipation forms a perfect U-shape. More caffeine or more coffee helps until it doesn't. But here's the kicker. That U-shape completely vanishes after the age of 60. It is important to note this was an observational study, an observational research showing associations, not definitive cause and effect. But the patterns that they recognize in this study are too strong to ignore. Under the age of 60 is called the Goldilocks zone. If you're under the age of 60, there's a magic number, 204 milligrams of caffeine daily, which is about 2 cups of regular coffee. If you stay below 204 milligrams, this amount of coffee reduces constipation risk by 18%. Now, if you go above 204 milligrams, which again is about 2 cups of coffee each day, each extra cup increases constipation risk by 6%. So the translation is 2 cups of coffee is the sweet spot. More than that, you might actually make things worse for you in the bathroom. Now, the research goes on to highlight that over the age of 60, basically throw out the rule book. They were not able to identify why specifically, but once you hit the age 60 plus, that U-shape completely disappears entirely. Higher caffeine intake was actually linked with less constipation. The researchers aren't sure why this was the case. Maybe changes in gut motility, maybe medication interactions, maybe how we absorb caffeine changes. But the data was pretty clear. Older adults might actually benefit from higher caffeine intake. If you're over 60, you can tell us in the comments, does coffee help your digestion? Does it make it worse? Or it doesn't make any difference for you? Now, here's something interesting found in the research as well. In higher income populations, specifically, researchers found that every additional 100 milligrams of caffeine per day was linked to a 12% increased risk of chronic diarrhea. Key point now, they don't really elaborate on this much more, but the finding was specific to certain demographic regions and it was not universal. My takeaway is that higher income populations can't afford to drink more coffee throughout the day, hence experiencing the increased impact on their bowels. So if you're dealing with frequent loose stools or constipation, your coffee habit might be worth examining. Remember, this research study shows association, not causation, but it's definitely worth noticing and experimenting with. Now, for those who have chronic stomach issues, if you're worried about inflammatory bowel diseases like Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, the good news, researchers in this study did not find any significant link between caffeine intake and IBD or IBS. So, if you're living with any of these conditions, your coffee intake likely isn't making your condition worse from a population health perspective. But again, speak with your doctor. So, if we were to summarize all of this, here's the game plan. If you're under the age of 60 years old and constipated, stick to 1 to 2 cups max, which is under 204 milligrams. Don't go overboard. More caffeine backfires. Definitely try morning coffee for best timing. If you're over the age of 60 years old and constipated, higher coffee intake may actually help you. Obviously, work with your doctor to find your optimal amount and make sure there are no other conditions that are contributing to your constipation. Now, if you're dealing with chronic diarrhea, try cutting back gradually. Track your symptoms plus caffeine intake. You want to notice a correlation or a causation for you personally. Obviously, stay hydrated and monitor your bathroom patterns. When you can notice patterns, it's easier to identify causation for you. Crucial reminder, this was a self-reported cross-sectional data with potential recall bias. Your individual response might be completely different. Please, as always, consult with your healthcare provider if you experience constipation lasting more than 3 weeks, chronic diarrhea, blood in your stool, sudden changes in bowel habits, or severe abdominal pain. Also, consider reducing caffeine intake if you're pregnant, have anxiety or panic disorders, have a heart condition, or had high blood pressure, or you have sleep disorders. Caffeine can worsen any one of these conditions or add complications. Please don't try to manage serious digestive conditions with caffeine adjustments alone. This was just an interesting nugget that can help those who are on a health optimization path like myself. Before you leave, like the channel, like this video if this information will change your caffeine consumption going forward. Subscribe to the channel for evidence-based health insights and share with someone else who you think might benefit from it. Next week, I'll dive into artificial sweeteners and your gut bacteria, including why some might be worse than sugar for your microbiome. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Remember, your body speaks. Your job is to listen. See you next time.